All right, it is not Friday Pie Day. We are a day late to the Wolfer briefing. Why? Because I was in Tampa. Clearwater actually is this, but we're still going to make the joke either way. The Scientology capital of the world. I was in Clearwater filming for Verified Investing. Probably why my voice sounds like this, because I was literally filming for 45 hours this week or something. It was 9 hours a day essentially of just me talking. Can you imagine the world of hurt that the lady that was in the room with me had to go through listening to me talk for 9 hours a day for 5 days straight? I appreciate her. We still did the streams a couple of the days, but yeah, it was too much. It was too much. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I think it was, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I did not do the streams. So I was just like, dude, I got to get my voice. My voice has to stay, somewhat decent. So that's what we did. We refresh ourselves with some beautiful Aquapana water from the protected Italian stream in Italy. Secondarily, okay, we've got a few people that were asking about like what's going on with Burlcore. We can talk about that. I've got my own opinion. I've got my own strategy. I've got my own things that I'm thinking on it. And you can have yours too. But I'm going to give you mine. That's what people showed up for, right? Let me see. I got to get on these things. We got a couple of... we got a couple of news-based things before we get into that. But if you are here from the future, hello from the past. We appreciate you for showing up. Make sure you smash the like button. Obviously, make sure you hit subscribe. Boom! Bang on the notification bell. Comment anything that you want in the relevant sections. I appreciate it. Let's see if we can get a little bit of itty bitty techno in here. Just nothing crazy. That way you got some background music and bing, bang, boom. We got you. All right. Now, first and foremost, let's see what we got. Boom. Okay, so the first thing I'm seeing, obviously we'll get into some other stuff as well. Trump media partners with Charles Schwab and then expands into crypto financial services. That's pretty wild. So actually what Charles Schwab was going to get into cryptocurrencies anyways, but this Trump Media Group, Trump Media and Technology Group, is partially owned by Trump. It's not fully owned by Trump. Obviously, they take advantage of being able to brand it with his name and things of that sort. But this is pretty crazy if you think about it, right? Charles Schwab to make a customized exchange traded fund and cryptocurrency services. That's pretty dope. We've already got ETFs for Ethereum. We've got ETFs for Bitcoin. We've got ETFs that have been applied for the majority of the American assets, Solana, I think Cardano, maybe even XRP. And actually, Solana just acquired Jupiter, or Solana's DEX Jupiter just acquired Moonshot, which is a DeFi protocol. So, Solana and Jupiter could be going pretty crazy for the most part pretty soon. And Solana is one of the only coins, other than the obvious Big Daddy Bitcoin, right? That Big Daddy Bitcoin, brother, that actually hit its all-time highs lately, okay? So, that could be good news for Solana. And then this is what happened literally on Friday. Whenever you saw gold hit its all-time high here, bam, right? Bam, we called that out. And then why you also see that Bitcoin just breaking down, man. So I can tell you why Bitcoin's breaking down, but you might as well just show up to the stream that I'm going to be doing in like 45 minutes if you want to see that, right? So the Feds, they're holding the interest rate cuts, okay? So inflation numbers came in on Friday, essentially. They were in line, nothing crazy, year over year inflation rates. So nothing crazy happened there, nothing unexpected. It was 2.8% was supposed to be what it was year over year. Came in line, and then month over month, they were trying to say it was going to be like 0.3% increase, and came in line. So there was nothing really crazy that happened to the markets, obviously, at first, right? Not at first, and then black, right? So we'll try and figure out why this happened, but I have my own. I have my own theories, right? There is more to it than what meets the eye, right? You've got the Trump is basically battling these guys, right? The Fed, and saying, hey, you need to keep cutting interest rates, which would be bullish for gold, and it would it would be probably bullish for risk assets as well. But we'll see what happens, because it doesn't seem like Jerome Powell wants to continue cutting rates right now when inflation is not rising, right? So, I mean, that's how they make money, right? Other than just turning the money printer on, the way that they actually make money is by loaning out that money and then bringing in interest off of it, which is what this federal funds rate is, right? Then you've got this happened, right? It went up to 105. Bitcoin went up to 105. Okay. From literally, 98K, we flew up, and then bam, we're right back down. So, we're hitting a key level of, in my opinion, support right here where there's indecision. We're just below the point of control, and we will see what happens with Bitcoin. But my bias is it's probably going to keep going down. We have set a lower high, right? So this was a high, higher low. Then we set a lower high, lower low. We just set another lower high. We'll see if we set another lower low here and then start the micro downtrend. But honestly, whenever I was doing the TA on the channel, man, everything was looking like somewhat bullish, at least in my opinion, for the majority of the altcoins, man, which was kind of surprising. And some of those altcoins actually did break out. So what we would like to see is Bitcoin dominance come down. That's first and foremost, right? And then secondarily, the other thing that we want to see is money flowing into the altcoins from the Bitcoin markets, okay? So as that pertains to Wolfer, obviously we have some of the biggest assets in the world, right? We have Ethereum, we have Avalanche, FTM, which is now branded to Sonic. So I'm going to go over what I see happening on those assets, and then I'm also going to go over kind of like what Wolfer is going to be doing with that, at least we'll go over Sonic for sure. And then I think everybody knows what we're doing with Ethereum. We're literally just going to keep staking that until what I think is going to happen happens, right? So here's essentially what I think we need to see. ETH's got to hit 5K. Once ETH hits 5K, Bitcoin dominance goes down to, probably 55%, somewhere in that realm, and it keeps trending downwards. That's when altcoin season really starts. Then that's when it trickles down to the Avalanches, the Solanas of the world, right? It's gonna hit ETH and Solana first, right? And then it'll probably hit BNB. Then we will see the Avalanches of the world start getting hit, the XRPs. XRP already has hit all-time highs, but it had some fundamental things that happened in the world that drove it up there before anything else, right? So then secondarily, what we also need to see is those altcoins starting to pump, right? And that's where Avalanche hitting its all-time high would be great, right? Then Sonic hitting its all-time high would be great. And then we would need to see Flux starting to go up, because Flux is in the top 200 assets. So we're going to see this in Ethereum first. Then you're going to see it in Avalanche. Then it'll trickle down to Sonic. Then the last one that'll start kind of just going crazy will be Flux, because of the market caps of these products, right? Of these different cryptos. So as it pertains to Sonic itself, we're not staking a validator right now. There's a reason for that. And it's because the validators, although they can earn yield, we will likely, and from what I'm seeing on the documentation on this, we will likely earn much more yield by just holding our Sonic in our wallet for the airdrops that are coming, right? And so if we stake on the validator, validators do not get a portion of the airdrops, which I think was counterintuitive on Sonic's part. But be that as it is, I mean, there's nothing we can do about it. So my responsibility and goal is to chase the most yield that we can possibly get. And if staking all of ours in a validator isn't going to give us yield in the amount that it seems that we would get in terms of the airdrops, then we're just going to hold our Sonic. We're not going to put it into a validator until those airdrops are done. Then we can spin up the validator and put it in there. But now that they've retired FTM's chain as the legacy, or FTM being the legacy chain, now that they've retired that and branded everything into Sonic, I don't see that there's any reason for us to. What do we have? 800 and some odd thousand Sonic? We have enough for a validator, but I don't see any reason for us to do it because we're going to make more money by not doing it, which is crazy to think. So, we keep staking our Ethereum on our validators. That's plain and simple. Those are easy peasy to get out of. Then we continue staking our Avalanche on our validator as well. And that's, less easy to get out of because you have to stake in certain time intervals, unlike Flux and Ethereum. But, be that as it is, once we start seeing these pumps coming in, I will probably not be staking Avalanche. But at this point, it makes no sense to not stake Avalanche. So we're going to continue staking it, and that's what we've been doing. Same thing with Ethereum, right? Then we're obviously going to keep our validators for Flux up and running because those continue to print. And Flux actually has parallel assets where we can make more yield. So obviously we keep the Flux ones up and running, and that's pretty simple. Now, as it pertains to Burrow Core, okay? You do whatever you want, man. I'm just some dumb dude on the internet. Don't listen to me. Make your own decisions and pay attention to your own gut. But I've talked to people. Okay, so Wolfer had 100K in it, and we had already made 50 or 60 off of it, maybe more. So we don't really have that much risk capital left in it. And we could either ask for a refund, which they only gave you 24 hours to do, right? So here's the facts, okay? Here are the facts. Burrowcore brought out a refund agreement, right? A bunch of people signed it. They said, oh, we'll pay you back in 90 days. It's been way more than 90 days. They didn't pay anybody back. That payback was dependent solely upon funding. They don't have the money to pay you back. So when you signed that agreement, and when we all signed that agreement, it was contingent upon funding. They're clearly not getting funding. The only funding that they're getting is from their own community right now, where they're asking people to raise $150,000. And now I think it's $250,000 for them. And they have one phantom financier person, which is probably Phil, who knows, right? That's matching it dollar for dollar. Who knows? I don't know who it is. That's pure speculation. But my point is that they're asking for more money. So how are they going to pay back the refund agreements if they come in the millions, if they're only raising 150,000, 250,000 to get them, and that money's going to go to get the mine operational, right? And they don't have any money to pay anybody back, otherwise they would have already done that, right? And they're clearly not getting any financing. So why would you sign another refund agreement? How are they going to pay that refund agreement back? By getting the mine operational and making money off of it. So if that's the case, then why in the hell would you want them to now own more equity in the mine off of your back and pay you back less money than you put in, or at the very least, the exact same amount of money that you put in, when the only thing in the world that's going to give them the ability to pay you back is to get the mine operational and start mining gold and selling gold? At that point, the business is up and running. You might as well stay in. So that's my bias on it. I'm not signing another agreement. I don't think it's worth it, because now you're giving them a free out that says, okay, you know, if we start making money or whatever, we can just buy all of these other people out for nothing. And then we retain more equity in the company now for zero risk. And then if they don't ever start generating money, they never pay you back anyways, just like they didn't the first time. So why on earth somebody would sign this agreement at this point is beyond me. I have no idea why you would sign that agreement. I saw somebody said something in the Discord pertaining to Burl Core, and he was like, oh, I don't agree with that. That's just my opinion. I'm like, okay. So here's the thing about me. I will never just tell you I don't agree with something and then just walk away. I will tell you why I don't agree with something. I also won't tell you like, oh, I think Bitcoin's going to $97,000 and then not back it up. Like, I will back it up with some type of TA, some type of analysis or facts or some type of thought process, right? So to anybody that doesn't agree, maybe tell people what your thought process is, because I don't see any reason why you would accept a refund at this point when they don't have the money to pay you back. And the only way that they would have the money to pay you back is if they get the mine operational. And at that point, you'd probably want to be in, because now you're just going to get the money back and you're going to have given them a free loan for 2 years. And now they retain more equity in the company and the mine off of your back for free. Why would you? Why would you? I don't know. That's beyond me, man. So that's what we're doing. And we're going to stay in, because I think it doesn't matter, dude. It doesn't matter. Even if you, like, they've already tried to say they were going to refund you one time and they didn't. They're not going to raise any funding, as you can see. Like, they didn't get any venture capital funding like they were trying to get. Oh, because of that one guy on the internet that posted a video about us that was being mean. That's not why, dude. Dude, it's because they looked at it and thought about it and they decided to pass. No venture capitalist or large-scale institution that's actually worth their salt in this market is going to be like, is going to let a YouTube video decide their investing strategy. Stop trying to put the blame on everybody else, dude. Own your shit. All right, Burl Core. So, I mean, at the end of the day, no, they're not going to get any funding. It's clear. They haven't gotten it, right? So if that's the case, and that's the only way they're going to pay you back, then what's the point of taking the refund agreement? Because they're not getting the funding, and the only other way that they can pay you back is obviously through mining. And at that point, wouldn't you rather just be in and take your profits, right? It's kind of the whole point, right? So, yeah, I mean, it doesn't... Yeah, see the dumb guy on the internet that controls the world with his videos. Yeah, man, and his braids. His braids make the world go round, bruh. His 400 views. They tanked it. We're done. So I'm not doing anything with Burl Core. Okay. Again, do whatever you want. I'm not even personally taking the refund on Burl Core. If you want to know what Drew Wolford, what DW's doing, I'm not taking the refund on Burl Core either. Because at this point, like I said, what does it matter, dude? What does it matter? The only way they're going to pay you back is through mining, so you might as well stay in, keep your equity in it, and get paid. Now, if they were like, yeah, hey, oi, mate, we got a financier for 20 million quid, right? We can afford the refunds, mate. Maybe you would have a different opinion of it, but unfortunately, old Philly boy doesn't have that. So I'm just going to trust them to go out and do their jobs. You know, I'm just going to trust that they're going to go out and do their jobs. And I'm not giving them an easy out. So, the show goes on, right? Wolfer stays. Not because we wanted to, but because we're essentially forced to. Because, yeah, they've handled all this stuff horribly. But, whatever. With that being said, that's pretty much the update on Wolfer. That's it. And I know that a lot of people wanted to hear my take on Burrow Corp. There it is, man. You do whatever you want to do. Seriously, do not let me influence you. Do not let my thought process influence you, okay? Because Wolfer is in an inherently different position than 99% of people that are in Burrow Corp, right? Do whatever you want to do. So with that being said, hopefully that's helpful. Everybody make sure that you smash the like button. I apologize if my energy is low. Like I said, I've just been filming for over 45 hours this week. My voice is probably not that awesome right now as well. So I'm going to rest up over the weekend for a little bit and see if I can get back, just hit the ground running on Monday, and we'll see how it goes. So I appreciate you all. Everybody make sure you smash the like button, hit the subscribe button because we're dropping videos. Boom! Bang on the notification bell, comment anything that you want in the relevant sections. And I might see some of you in 29 minutes on the technical analysis stream where we do a lot of funny jokes and we actually make money, and then we give people trades and do all types of fun stuff. So with that being said, peace.